Join me as I dive into the implications of Trump's proposed 50% tariffs on Chinese goods and see if we can determine if an economic disaster is on the horizon. The Trump administration has recently proposed a significant increase in tariffs on Chinese goods, up to 50%, sparking concerns about the potential economic impact. This move is seen as a major escalation in the ongoing trade tensions between the U.S. and China. The proposed tariffs would affect various Chinese goods, from electronics to machinery and textiles. One of the biggest challenges posed by the proposed tariffs is the potential backlash from China. China has already signaled that it will not take this lying down and may retaliate with its own tariffs on American goods. This could lead to a trade war, which would have far-reaching consequences for the global economy. American consumers could also feel the pinch, as higher tariffs would likely increase imported goods prices. The tariffs could also significantly impact American businesses, particularly those that rely heavily on imports from China. Companies may have to absorb the increased costs or pass them on to consumers, which could affect their competitiveness in the market. Furthermore, the tariffs could disrupt global supply chains, causing delays and increased costs for companies that rely on Chinese goods. The impact on American consumers is also a major concern. Higher tariffs likely lead to increased prices of imported goods, which could disproportionately affect low-income households. The tariffs could also lead to shortages of certain goods, as Chinese suppliers may be unable or unwilling to export to the U.S. The concept of tariffs is not new, and the U.S. has a long history of using them to protect domestic industries. However, the current context is different, given the highly interconnected nature of the global economy. Previous trade wars, such as the one between the U.S. and Japan in the 1980s, have shown that tariffs can have significant economic consequences. In the 1980s, the U.S. and Japan engaged in a trade war that led to a significant appreciation of the yen and a decline in Japanese exports to the U.S. Similarly, the current tariffs on Chinese goods could lead to declining Chinese exports to the U.S., which could have significant economic implications for both countries. Many experts have expressed concerns about the potential economic consequences of the proposed tariffs. Some have argued that the tariffs could lead to a recession, while others have pointed out that they could have a limited economic impact. The International Monetary Fund has warned that a full-blown trade war could reduce global economic growth by up to 1%. The tariffs have also sparked debate among economists, with some arguing that they are necessary to protect American industries, and others arguing that they will only lead to economic pain for American consumers. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce has expressed concerns about the tariffs, arguing that they will hurt American businesses and consumers. In conclusion, the proposed 50% tariffs on Chinese goods have significant economic implications, and it's essential to consider both the risks and possible outcomes. The potential backlash from China's effects on American consumers and disruption to global supply chains are all concerns that need to be considered. If you have any thoughts on the proposed tariffs, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. If you're interested in learning more about trade policies and their impact on the economy, check out our video on the topic, and we'll catch you in the next one.